I didn't kill a plant. I just threw up on it. It was different.
He killed our morale, though.
Moraldo? Is that its name?
He killed our morale.
Morale, though. I see. Alright. I need a beer.
Maybe this is mine, right? Fuck.
Yeah.
Spilled it.
Alright, well, welcome to episode 2 of the Nictorious podcast. We've been recording for the last 30 minutes, unbeknownst to everyone in this room. No, I'm just kidding.
As if you could even get this thing to work.
No, I could. It was just, I couldn't get the sound properly.
Yes,
So-
the most important part of a podcast.
Oh,
you
fuck.
couldn't get.
That's true. Welcome, everybody, to episode 2. This week's / bi-weekly month, however long I decide to do this podcast during. This week's guest is Jeremy. Hello, Jeremy.
How's it going?
Good. Jeremy works with me as a delivery driver at the same Dominios. And can we say the legal company we work for?
I mean, if we do, we do. I don't think it really makes a difference.
They're not
right?
very essential during the quarantine, so I think that's all that really matters. So this episode, we kind of wanted to talk about like funny customers or just stories that have happened at work or around work because of work, whatever, just work-related stories. You guys heard me talk with Vicky and Natalia for like 20 minutes last week, so Jeremy, you feel down to start this episode off?
Oh, yeah. Well, there was one story, and it's really funny because the last time that I had seen the both of them, I think it was the last time was on your birthday, right?
Which people? Who are we talking about?
Natalia. And
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's your first time seeing them in a month.
So the last
Really?
time I had seen you guys, and then when I was hanging out with, it was with Chris, and you had told us afterwards that they had thought that we were a gay couple, and I have a
Yes.
really funny story. Pertaining to that. And the reason why I say that is because back, this was probably 5, maybe 6 years ago when I was 21.
Yeah.
I had a friend, Isaac. And Isaac and me used to go to the same bar. And this is kind of like a preamble to the actual story. But, so when me and my friend Isaac, we would go and hang out after both of us had gotten out of work. He worked at a bank, and then I was working the same place that I am now. And we would go to the same bar every single time and talk to the same bartender because she always worked the same shift. And after a few weeks that we had gone there, for whatever reason, it had come up, and then he was talking about his girlfriend or how he was going to see her like later in the night.
Yeah.
And when we did, she looks at us and she's like, "Wait, you guys aren't gay?" And so I start laughing, but my friend Isaac is very like toxic masculinity, so he was like, "Wait, what do you mean?" And she's like, "Yeah, I thought that, because he always pays for your drinks." He's like, "Wait a minute." And so he's just like, "Wait."
Second?
And he stops and he looks at me and he goes, "Does she really think we're gay?" I'm like, "All right, well, I gotta ask her the question. Like, this is how it's gonna go." And so he starts the interrogation. And he's like, "Well, if you thought that we were gay, like, which one of us did you think was the one that was catching, the one that was catching?" And so she looks at him, and mind you, Isaac is like Chris. He's like 5'7", really wired dude. And she's like, "Oh yeah, you're definitely catching." And it's just like, what the fuck? And he gets like, and so after that,
The perfect one to get upset about that.
yeah. And so he, like, after that, he was always super, super defensive about any gay jokes. Always, all the time. So, of course, being the person that I was, every chance that I had to make people think that we were a gay couple, I would. Every single opportunity that we had. So, one time we had went to a pet house. And this was like right when they had reopened their other location. And it was 4 of us. It was my friend Steve, and then Isaac and myself. And so as we were going through, we sit down, and the lady that was serving us is like the only one that was there. And she was like an older, like mid-50s white woman, blue-eyed, long hair.
So if you were a gay couple, she'd either be really cool with it or really not cool with it.
Well, as it turns out.
Well, let me finish the story.
So we're sitting down, and she's being really, really nice with us because, of course, we're the only customers that are there. And this was like during what was supposed to be like peak dinner rush, and it was just nobody, not a single other table there. And So we sit down, and she's being really nice, and she's like, okay, can we get you guys appetizers, something to drink? All right, you know, we all order a beer, we sit down, and I look at Isaac, and I tell him, hey man, you know what's gonna happen, right? It's just like, please don't do it. Like, it's gonna happen. It's just like,
There is no
okay.
escape.
So she gives us the menus, and we start looking through, and everything's like fine. And finally, she asks us, hey, well, do you guys know what you're gonna order?
You put way too much of a pause on that question. Like she just get, do you guys
Because
record your sex?
So she starts going around the table. She starts with Evan, Steve, myself, and then Isaac last. And so Isaac is sitting right next to me. And Isaac, for context, his right arm, he doesn't have full motion in his right arm because he was stabbed. So that's another story. He was stabbed by his brother 7 times.
So, all right.
So
faster.
so like whenever he sits down and he's got a table, like he will put his hand down on the table and sometimes he will rest it like up.
I see where you're going.
So
I love
he's
it.
sitting there.
I love it.
And so I also know that my friend Isaac is also super basic. So anytime that there's lasagna on the menu, he's gonna order lasagna.
Lasagna is basic.
This is just the fact of life. Like, I know Isaac well enough that I can really fuck with him. So when she finally gets to him, she's like, and what'll you have, dear? And I reached over and I grabbed his right hand and I like entwined my fingers with his fingers. And I looked at her and I smiled and I was like, you'll have the lasagna.
Because now he can't correct you. Because he probably wants the lasagna.
So he starts nervously laughing because he knew it was coming. But he's smiling, you know, like she probably thinks that it's just like haha cute couple things, you know what I mean? But she's not having it. Like she just the fucking completely sours.
Oh.
Like she just goes from super happy to really angry in 1 second. And so she just looks and he's just like smiling, being like, yeah, I'll have the lasagna. And she's just like, fine. And she turns around and walks off. So it was like,
Didn't take the rest of the table's order. Just
no, he was the last one.
Oh, okay.
But she didn't ask, oh, do you guys want anything else? Like, you need any more bread? Nothing. Like, she just, fine. And then she just leaves. So she walks out into the back and we're sitting there like, holding back tears because we're not even like on the side. We're in the middle of the dining room, like as in the middle of the dining room as we possibly
in an
can be.
empty dining room.
Yes,
No one's there.
empty dining room. 20 tables, 4 dudes, 2 of them presumably gay. She's not having it, and we're sitting there like crying into our drinks, laughing because she's just so angry.
Did you know like right then that you could tell that she was not cool with what was
Oh,
happening?
she was totally not cool with it. And it gets even worse because it's like, she doesn't come back until our food's ready. And our food, like, you know, like an Italian restaurant, it's gonna take a while. Especially if you're ordering lasagna, right? So it's like,
Yeah,
20,
they
30.
gotta go get it from Walmart. They gotta reheat the ovens.
So 20, 30 minutes we're sitting there, which is like, and who else is she gonna help? Like, what else is she gonna do?
She's not
you know?
busy, yeah.
So she's just sitting there, like, angrily staring at us when we have the counter. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, she's gonna come up to us and be like, I keep hearing she's never gonna do that.
Oh.
I'm over here being like, oh god, like, this is just getting better and better. Because she's just sitting there watching
She's
us.
that mad.
Yes, she's
Oh my
just
God.
sitting there, like, watching us. And we're just having a blast, like, much to the dismay of her. And finally she comes and she just, like, you know how they come with the plates and they're going, okay, well, which one do you guys order, the chicken ravioli or whatever?
Yeah.
And so, nope, she just, like, puts the plates on the tables. She gets most of them wrong. And we're like, no, excuse me. And she's like, nope, this is
Yeah.
So were you guys, while she was just like staring at you guys and you knew she was already like upset with it, were you doing anything to further?
Oh,
Were
I
you
was
trying
making
to?
it worse. Oh, yeah.
What were you
I was
doing?
definitely
Were you like
making
trying
it
to kiss Isaac or something?
No, but it's like, you know, like he'd be sitting there and then I'd like put my hand on his shoulder. And whenever he would say anything, I'd just like overreact way too much.
Call him sweetheart.
And it was
stuff.
just because there wasn't even any music going on, so it's just like it's silent.
What the fuck? That's weird.
Dude, it was just a very depressing experience. The food wasn't that good. The server was an asshole.
She was an asshole later into the. She
She was-
started off all right. It sounds like.
Well,
but
I mean, you know, if I wasn't gay, I think it would have been fine.
wasn't gay that day. If I hadn't made a snap judgment in that moment.
And so now, every single time, like whenever anybody mentions that, I always think of that story. And I had just realized the other day that I had never told it to you before because it just like never came up.
Yeah. But then when Vicky and Natalia were like, "Oh, are Jeremy and Chris gay?" You were like, "Well."
I was like, "Do I have a story for you
Is
guys?"
this gonna go further than they wanted to?
It was really
I have a question.
Yeah. I never thought
Why
he
did you tell them?
Wait, what? Oh no, because that was funny. It's funny with like Natalia's asking like, why would I tell them that you two thought they were gay? And I was like, oh,
I mean, I just
funny.
thought it was funny. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, they're not. So
I'm not gonna sit there and be offended.
I don't think. Yeah, even if they were gay, like, what are they gonna do? Be like, oh, she hit the nail on the head. No one's gonna be like, what? What the fuck? Like, no one cares. I think I almost got kicked out of a restaurant once because. Like I told you guys earlier, like I'm a good kid. I was a good kid. I didn't drink. I didn't do anything in high school. Like I did no drugs, anything. And we went to Village Inn one time, and one of my friends pulled out a fucking picture of just a dog looking surprised, and it just says "Jesus backwards is sausage" on it. And it's just the dumbest fucking meme I've ever seen. But we laughed so fucking hard. The manager of the restaurant came over to us and was like, "You have to leave. We don't condone the use of drugs here. You have to leave." And we're like, "What?" We're just laughing. And he's like, "You're laughing too much. It's clear that you're high." And we're like, "No, look." And we show him the meme like he's going to be like, "Oh, that's funny. Absolutely." And he was just like, "Please leave our restaurant." Yeah, he's like, "Please leave." And they didn't even bring our food out. They made us leave. No, it was good. They didn't make us leave. They just went outside to smoke weed.
They
went outside to mow the lawn.
Conversation.
I know, like, we're not
Your story isn't that funny. Fuck you.
My story was short, dude. It wasn't that good.
Well, but for example, you have
My best friend for a while, when he first saw me, he thought I was gay. And then later, he was like trying to convince. Like, I had a dry spell with girlfriends. Like, I didn't have a girlfriend for like 6 years, and that specific friend was trying really hard to convince me to try guys. Yeah, he was just like, "Dude, like, just try. You don't know. You never know." And I'm like, I've met other people that like they did that, where they were single for so long. They were like, maybe it's like a girl will be like, maybe it's just because I had no luck with guys. I'll try girls. And I'm like, are you attracted to girls? And they're like, no. And I'm like, then don't fucking try to date girls. Why would you do that to yourself? That seems really awkward. Like, if you're gay, you're gay. That's fine. But if you're straight, don't fucking hedge your bets. Like, if you're a straight dude, don't go for dick because there's nothing else. Like, just wait, bro. It's fine.
Maybe you was trying to be like, bro.
Bro, go gay. So we can go gay with you, bro. Like, so we can be true best friends.
Jeez.
We can look each other in the eye and say, yes, homie.
Who do you think is more like friends are more like male friends are more gay to each other, or girls are more like?
I think it's backwards from what it used to be. Like, there have been people who comment like, oh, girls can walk, like high school student girls can walk through high school and they're holding hands and people see and they're like, oh, they're just friends. But if dudes did that, they were like, oh, they're gay. But yeah, I think it's backwards now, where if women do that, it's like, okay, that could mean anything. But if guys do it, it's like, look at those best friends fucking with their teachers, who are gonna lean out of the hallway and just see two guys like holding pinkies and be like, these 16-year-olds are so brave, showing the world that they're gay, and they're just like, people don't think you're gay. Like, it's a joke now.
Yeah,
Like, no one takes it that seriously.
When it comes to male friendships, it's a lot more like casual gayness. Like, if you get your ass slapped, it's like, well, all right.
Well, dude, like your dad.
Like
at work. No, at work.
Does your dad stand there?
His dad slaps everyone's ass, all the guys at work, and he doesn't call it a spanker, so he calls it a good game. He'll come by, yes, like he'll come over and like you know the shift went by real easily. All the drivers made money, the servers made money, everyone's happy. He'll come by and he'll be like, "Hey, good game, bro, good game, bro," like, and you're just like, "Ow," because he goes hard. He licks his fingertips. And just gets a.
You do what you gotta do.
You gotta show that it was a good game, bro.
But the thing is that, like, nobody cares.
Oh, can you grab me one too?
Yeah.
So, was your dad a host?
No, he's just a funny guy.
He's a funny guy.
He's
No.
fucking funny.
Oh, wait, you gotta get it on mic.
Oh, we gotta. This podcast sponsored by Motelota.
But yeah, it's super casual when it comes to dudes. Like,
So, you can laugh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But as long
Oh,
as
yeah.
you say no homo that night in your prayers, that's fine. Only at work.
What?
Only at work, because if you're at Capetto's, it's for real gay. Like, you can't stop that. But that's where the story took place, right? I was trying to think of what's the other Sparrows, where everyone's like, oh, let's go to Sparrows. And I'm like, that's not how you fucking spell Sparrows at all. They got it way wrong.
So, what is it more normal than men hitting butt or
Like, what
I've
is
never
it?
seen
Casually.
a woman. I've
Yeah,
never
like
seen a
nice.
woman. I've never seen a woman slap ass with another woman before. I've seen plenty of males. I've gotten my ass slapped by plenty of dudes.
Nah, you know what I've seen with women? You know what I've seen with women? Boob grabbing.
Yeah, that's.
I saw that a lot in high school. Every girl going up and be like, "Oh my god, your bra looks so nice," and they're just getting all up in the shirt and like check. And part of me is like, how easy, dude? Yeah, my high school went through that.
What kind of school you went
My
to?
school is a
But-
fucking. My school might as well have just been juvie for poor people. Like it's bad. Like some women going up, grabbing each other's tits. Like it was so easy to get away with being a lesbian at that school because no one would question you. You go up and you'd be like, "This is my best friend. Sarah bought a new bra. Let me check it out." Glunk, glunk, glunk. Yeah, it's
that's
great.
normal between girls.
Okay, but it's normal for guys to smack asses.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
everyone's a little bit gay. It's
And
okay.
that's okay.
It's like, that sounds like a it sounds like a book that would come out for children. Everyone's a little bit gay. That's okay. It's like the sequel to Everybody Poops.
Yeah, that's a good title for this.
Everyone's a little bit gay, and that's okay. I'm so serious.
Talk about work stories.
I know. I mean, you can be gay at work too. So far, we haven't left the subject of work. Me and Jeremy work together. We talked about his dad who works with us. Like,
He's left us.
Slaps like a champ.
Other than my uninvolved gay story, but I mean,
I mean, you worked at Dominios at the time, so
close enough.
let's see. I could tell the story about that one dude that threatened to come shoot up the store over a packet of ranch.
Oh my god.
That fucking idiot. He fucking okay. So this dude doesn't even live in El Paso. He was at one of the hotels. He even mentioned like, oh yeah, I'm from. I can't remember what he said. He was from another city in Texas. He's like, I'm from there and blah blah. I'm just ordering because I'm staying at a hotel. Yeah, and we're like, okay, sure, whatever. So he orders, and first of all, he has a very specific order. Like he's like, so for this salad, I don't want any carrots on it, but I only want extra pickles, or I want this, or I want that. Like he's got very, very, very specific. So he also orders Italian dressing, I think is what it was. Yeah, Italian dressing with his salad. And then he ordered these things, like these little tater tot things that come with ranch. So it's actually your dad that was the delivery driver, Jeremy. I take his order, I put it all in, and then he's like, oh, let me give you the address. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, oh crap, I don't know it off the top of my head. I'm gonna go ask the front desk. And I'm like, all right, sure. So I'm waiting on the phone. The dude has me on the phone for like 10 minutes. Just kind of on his Bluetooth speaker, and he's walking around, and I can hear him having conversations with other people, like while I'm on the phone. Like he's talking, he's like, "Oh yeah, this and that," and he goes outside, and he's like, he goes to his car, and I hear him like open the door, and I hear the little, and I hear him close it, and then I hear him like snorting and spitting out loogies for whatever reason. So I'm just like, "Sir," and he's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Did you get the address?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, can you give it to me? And he's like, oh, I thought you weren't ready. And I was like, why the fuck wouldn't I be ready? I'm standing here on the phone for 10 minutes waiting for you to give me a fucking address. And he's like, oh, yeah, I got it. It's blah, 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 gateway, whatever. So I'm like, okay. I put it in. I'm like, all right, dude, we're going to make it right now. We just started making it because I needed the address. So it'll probably be there in like 30, 40 minutes. And he's like, all right, cool. So we hang up, we make the order, and it goes out. Now, your dad took the order, but when he took it, he took the ranch for the little tater tots and the Thousand Island, and he put them together. But he put the ranch on top. So, which is fine. So it gets there, and the guy is so fucking drunk and stupid, he only sees the ranch on top, and he calls the store back immediately, and he's like, oh, you didn't give me my Thousand Island dressing. You didn't give me my dressing for the salad. And I'm like, ah, crap. All right, hang on. So I ask your dad, and your dad's like, oh no, it's under the ranch. It's definitely. I've stacked them on top, just let it down. So I call, and he's still on the phone, and I'm like, alright dude, hey, you said it's under the ranch. And he's like, yeah, I got the ranch. And I'm like, yeah, it's under the ranch. And he's like, no, it says ranch. And I'm like, yes, check under the ranch. Your $1,000 should be there. And he's like, it's another ranch. And I'm like, is it the same color? And he's like, I'm like, hello, sir? And he's like, you calling me a fucking liar? And I'm like, what? Like, he's so realized he fucked up. And I'm just like, dude, you can just be like, oh, my bad, or whatever. But he starts being like, no, he brought me to fucking ranch. And I'm like, dude, I promise, like, this dude's been a driver here for longer than I've been a manager. Like, he brought you to Thousand Island. I know it's gonna look weird, but trust me, it's there. And he's like, nah, man, you gotta come back. You gotta give me that fucking sauce, dude. I'm not gonna drive all the way over there. Like, I don't even fucking live here. You're gonna treat me like this. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, it's just Thousand Island, and it's there. Like, it's at your delivery. So he's like, man, what the fuck ever, and this and that. Like, and then he goes back and forth, and we're arguing. And I'm like, dude, it's there. Like, I'm not gonna send him back out there for $1, because the ranch costs $1, or the dipping cups cost $1. I'm like, dude, it's there. Trust me. And he's like, are you not gonna send him out? And I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna send him out because you're swearing at me, you're yelling, you're cussing up a storm, and your Thousand Islands there, man. I'm not gonna send him out for some bullshit. And then he's like, all right, bro, I'll see you in a bit. I'll see you in a fucking bit. And I'm like, what? And he hangs up. So I hang up, and I'm like, okay, wonder what that means. And then I just like go back to work, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, oh man, he's probably gonna come to the store and fucking start a whole scene and make whatever. So he calls back 3 minutes later, and I answer the phone. I'm like, hello? And he's like, you gonna bring me my fucking sauce? I'm like, no, I'm not gonna bring you. Dude, I can't do that. And he's like, I'm carrying, bro. I'm carrying, and I'll bring it. And I'm like, are you threatening me with a weapon? He's like, I'll be right there, bro. And he keeps calling me bro. I don't know why. So he hangs up, and then I tell David, your dad, I go up to him, and I'm like, hey man, like, this guy says he's carrying, he's gonna show up, like, should we just call the cops, or like, what do we do? And he's like, oh no, that dude's not gonna show up. And I'm like, are you sure? And he's like, that guy is fucked up right now. He's so drunk that when David got to the place to like drop the delivery off, he knocked, and as he was knocking away at the hotel door, the other guy in the next room like gets out to just go do something else, and comes over, and he goes, oh, you're delivering to that guy? He's like, yeah. And he goes, he's fucking drunk right now, man. He's so drunk. He was like falling all over the place, and David's like, he's gonna get in the car and crash, or he's just not gonna come. And I'm like, all right. So I'm just letting everyone in the store know, like, hey, if this guy shows up, like, call the police immediately. I'm like, no, don't give him a rent. I could have just given him an extra fucking Thousand Island, and if he showed up and ended, whatever. But if he showed up and like had a gun, I would have just been like, yeah, cops right away. But he never shows up. And then another 20 minutes later, he calls me again, and he's like, where's my fucking sauce, bro? And I'm like, you've been waiting 30 minutes. Your salad's cold. Your salad's ruined now. You're not going to eat a good salad at this point.
I know.
No, I mean, not cold. Sorry, it's room temp. It's not like nice and crispy.
Metaphorically, it's gone bad.
It's not enjoyable. It's not the best quality. So this dude is fucking. You're right, Leaco. So this dude is making a fucking stink over fucking lukewarm pickles. Shut up.
Well, people get mad over the dumbest things. Like, one time, this lady, she wanted her money back because she dropped her own.
In front of you. Is this
In
the
front of me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so
I love this story. Please tell it.
it was this old lady, and she's
Don't-
and so I delivered to her, and she had, I think it was like wings and a pasta. And when we have the pastas, and it's just one single pasta on its own, we deliver it in a little tiny box. And like,
Just big enough to fit the pasta.
you know how those like really cheap styrofoam boxes have those little, they have just the little tab that holds open the top.
It pops open. It's
Yeah,
the only
yeah,
thing
it's-
keeping it closed.
It's
yeah.
not really like the.
It's not sealed.
It's not really the like best bastion of defense when it comes to keeping things closed. And yeah, but ours is made out of cardboard, so it's even worse. So I
Good for
delivered-
carrying, not good for like maneuvering.
Yeah. And the thing is, you know, you have to be careful with anything that you pick up, especially if it's food that is unsecure in like the very close cardboard.
And it's worse because the little pasta rectangles that we have are like 1.5 inches shorter than the boxes. So if you tilt it, they're like sliding around it.
Yeah.
It's not messy, but like the weight is shifting.
And so She also ordered a bottle of Diet Pepsi, like a 16-ounce bottle. So when I went to her house, I have the full bag of the Pepsi, and then I have her mix and the actual pasta. And so as I'm sitting there, she opens up the door, she looks at my hand, and she's immediately like, that is wrong. Okay, what do you mean?
She hasn't even opened it.
It's like,
Yes.
okay.
And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, it's supposed to be a 2 liter. Okay, well here on the receipt it says bottle. It does not say 2 liter.
Uh-huh.
Like you did not pay for the 2 liter. Sorry, I have to go by what the receipt says.
Yeah.
I'm not a mind reader. I'm not just gonna sit there and be like, yes, she definitely wants. And then so she like opens the bag and she's like, it's diet. Okay, it says diet
On the back.
Pepsi. 1 bottle of Diet Pepsi and you want a 2 liter. It's like, yes, I can see how everyone would make that mistake.
Yes. Was it?
So-
Did she place the order herself
Of
online?
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's everyone's fucking. Well, I don't know how to use your website. There's pictures, man. The third grader can fucking order.
That's not my fault.
Yeah,
It's not my fault, dumbass.
And
So
then,
she's just like, whatever. It's supposed to be for my son, and you're gonna disappoint him.
You're gonna disappoint.
Yeah, I was
Fuck
like,
off.
okay, like,
Don't
it's
blame your
not my
family
fault you don't know
troubles.
how to order food. So I give it to her, and then I give her the pasta first, because when I had it in the bag, well, somebody has to put that in the bag.
Yeah.
Okay, here, this, the rest of it, and those are in much superior containers. So even if it rolls around, it's fine.
Yeah, we can take it.
Yeah, it's not really all that big a deal. So she goes and she gets it, and she's got this small little coffee table that's like 5 feet away from the door. And so she goes and she places it right there. And the thing is that this lady's home, you can tell, was built in the 70s. I mean, it had wallpaper instead of paint.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't watch everything.
like shag rug, yeah, like shag rug carpeting, lime green recliner.
Oh God.
Beautiful.
Lime
Yes.
green. Jesus,
Yes.
that is
Like
the brightest part of that room. Holy fuck.
laminate countertops, just like the old school.
No, what is it? Like pink. Dark
Hot
pink.
pink.
No.
The
Oh,
mauve.
like that rose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very soft pink. I know
It
exactly
looks
what you're
nice
talking
for the first year you have that color, and it
Yeah,
starts to
yeah,
fade,
and
and it's
then,
like,
like-
oh, my cat threw up on it. Or
about. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And so I'm just like, alright, whatever, you know. Flowers and wallpaper and bullshit. So she puts the pasta down and she opens it before she takes a look at it. So once she opens it, you know, like put it somewhere where it's not gonna fall, but she puts it where it's like half on, half off.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously things aren't gonna go very well, and it's a bean pasta, and the thing is super wet. And so she turns around and walks back towards me, and as soon as she turns around, it's just like,
Oh.
and since she had left it open, it like tilted perfectly, so it went pasta first onto the shag carpet.
Oh.
and she's like, that was your fault.
Obviously.
I was like, what do you mean that was my fault? She's like, I don't want any of this. You dropped my food.
What
I'm
the
like,
fuck? Someone me? I've heard this story, and it still always fucking blows my mind.
Man, I'm not even in the home. Like, you dropped it 5 feet away from me. She's like,
Still your fault.
she's like, it's because you left it open. And I'm like, how could
I
you
watched.
opened it? So she's arguing with me, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna do sign this receipt. And so she,
Yeah, I get you're upset, but sign for it. Fuck you.
she's like, I don't want to pay for it. I'm like, man, I need your
Sign it.
signature either way.
It's already signed for, bro.
I'm
Or
gonna
take
sign
it.
it for you.
So she signs the receipt, and she's like, I'm gonna call your manager over this. No, they're not gonna send you that. It's okay.
But you don't. Well, like, what happens? You just leave it like that?
Well, if
What
they
am I
place,
gonna do? Like,
if they place
don't
the
know.
order themselves, like on the internet, they fucked up. That's their problem. But if it says that they placed the order over the phone, there is usually a chance that maybe the call center made a mistake or whatever. So sometimes we'll try to meet them halfway. We'll replace the order, especially if it's something small.
No, but I mean, like, if it falls, like, right there.
Oh, no.
in front of-
Well, if Jeremy had dropped it, then yeah, we have to replace it. But she dropped it.
if
That's
I
her
hadn't
dumb
been the one to drop it, like, if she was just not rude about it, I would
Yeah.
have totally been fine with calling my manager and being like, hey, the food dropped, it was my fault. Like, fine,
Yeah.
I'm fine with lying and telling him, like, hey, I messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because I'll help the customer out if it's legitimately something where it was an accident
Yeah.
or they're being very polite.
Yeah.
They take a while. But
Hey, yeah, hey.
it's like,
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, if you're polite to people, they're going to help you out.
Yeah.
But she's immediately, I mean, her first words was,
That's wrong.
It's your
wrong.
fault.
Like,
Closed, sealed container. That's
like,
wrong.
yes, no, I'm not going to give you any help at all. And so I come back and the manager's already on the phone with her. And she's like, just drop the food. I'm like, no, she dropped the food. And she's like, okay, you know, sorry, we can't do anything. She's like, oh, I've been ordering for 15 years.
Oh, fuck off. Like, this store's been there for 8. You have not been ordering for 15.
She's just going with the same bullshit that they always go through with, oh, I'm not even a customer. It's like,
No, you're
How do you
not.
think you're gonna lose a
No.
customer?
No.
because
You
it's
mean
the
I
thing.
get to get rid of this annoying bitch who calls me every week complaining? Oh, please, thank God.
Yeah, you know,
Go to
that's,
another
that's
store.
the deal is that, you know, we always have, like, some people that will always order food or something or another.
Yeah.
So,
They hate you, but they'll never go anywhere else.
yeah, you know, they always complain and everything like that. They never ever decide, hey, maybe I should order from somewhere else since I hate these guys so much.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's
Or-
asking for too much.
Or they're I mean, obviously they don't hate you. They hate you because they complain all the time and you never give them free shit. But they'll always still try to get that free shit.
Well, if
Like-
they are regular, do you give them?
Depends on how they are. Because, like, this is such a normal thing, and I think this is what a lot of people who've never worked in service don't understand. Like, if you act like a jerk, yes. Like, even if you are entitled and you should get what you're supposed to get, you might actually eventually get it. You might get your food replaced. But we're gonna make you fucking run circles. We're gonna keep you on hold for 15 minutes because you're yelling at our server and you're swearing and you're being like, you stole, like, whatever. Like, your card got declined. When people's cards get declined and they don't have enough money and they make it act like, well, they're like, well, I don't want to give my credit card number twice. It's like, why? You can't afford pizza. You think we're gonna get any substantial money from you? Go fuck yourself. Like, it's ridiculous. No, I'm angry. But like, yeah, no. If you're a nice person, like Jeremy, you had another story that you told me a while back where like the guy dropped his food, but he was nice, and you were like, call the store, tell them that your dog jumped on me and I dropped it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that happened, and you guys were able to replace it, and it was fine. Like, that's cool. We're down with helping people, but you can't be an asshole.
I've only had people drop their food twice. It was like one time it was her, and the other time the guy like he legit just you know how not every single house has this, but for whatever reason it had that like 1/4 of the step where it's like 3 inches,
Yeah,
and then for whatever reason like
their house has to be slightly higher than the ground for some reason.
yeah. And it was one of those, so it was a huge order. And so I think it's like 4 pizzas and like 24 wings or something like that. And he like goes in and he falls forward.
Oh,
Yeah.
weird. There's like little memes. We got distracted by Instagram memes.
He falls forward and like as he's falling forward, he extends out his arms. So like he almost falls on his face. Saves the pizzas, but the wings go off and they go. And like they open up, but they're fine. But the dog immediately just like
Went for him, yeah.
and the wings just like going nuts.
Burning his smell. Buffalo.
They were honey barbecue wings.
Oh, that dog loved them then.
So
Yeah,
that dog was down. Like, it was a big dog too. There was no saying.
He ate
So it's
most
like-
of them before they hit the
so it's
ground.
just like, no. And I'm like, don't worry, we'll take care of it. He's like, I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, don't worry. Like,
I saw it.
just give him a call. We'll fix it. He's like, what do I tell him? I dropped the food. I'm like, tell him that your dog caused us to drop the food as I was handing you the pizza. And you'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's okay. So then I come back and they're like, hey, we heard what happened. We gave us a call. Here's the wings. Come back. Okay, cool. I go back and it gives me $10. I'm like, all right. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Because
dude.
he'd already tipped me
Yeah.
before he
Yeah,
dropped the food. So it was so bad. And I'm so sorry. It's like, it's okay.
Yeah, man. Be nice, tip well, and people will definitely hook you up. If you're gonna cause a problem, even if you get what you want, they're gonna make it hard for you. I wish I could have ended that sentence like on much more fun, but I'm just like sitting here seething because I'm getting angry about this. That's like I should have realized this podcast might have made me angry. Like I used to go to that Reddit page, Customers from Hell, And I used to enjoy it, but I'm there for like 15 minutes and I just get angry because I'm like, I've dealt with all these people. I've
Even
seen all
reading
of
the title, you're just like, oh, I know where this is going.
Customer doesn't pay for product.
Yeah.
Dude, always. There's always like some dude that's like, I designed a website for this guy and he tried not to pay me. So I didn't give him the website and he tried to sue me. So I won because we had a contract. Like they all go the same way. We should have tiny human contracts for every delivery. Like the Minios. Dude, yes, that's technically what the receipt is supposed to be, but
You guys haven't had terrible things happen to you when it comes to customer service at all?
well, one of us used to work at McDonald's. Hey, wherever you want. Do you have a good story? I'm down with it.
Well, we had a regular McDonald's that she would always eat almost all of the burger except for one bite, and then came back and tried to return it and said that she didn't like it, that it wasn't cooked well.
I thought you could be like, this burger's too small.
We actually,
It looks like one bite.
and it was always the same thing. And we actually had a book in the back where with all the repeat customers, we keep their name and kind of like a description to
Yeah.
stop them from getting free stuff. But she went crazy. She started screaming at me. She threw a deep
So,
burger like in the
did she ask for a refund or for another burger?
either or. She would always try to do it.
Because maybe if she's
Free
asking
burger
for
or-
the burger, maybe she's like one of those people that's like obsessively counting calories and doing really bad, you know? And she's like, well, she's like, okay, well, if I return the last piece of this burger, and then I get another burger, I only paid for one, so technically I only paid for one.
Oh my god.
No, I think it's just people trying to cheat the system. But
And
But I
they're-
mean,
and they're very bad at
It'd
it.
be a lot funnier if it was somebody just like that out of their minds. That they're just like, yeah, dude, that's how calories work.
and are you sure that person is out
Yeah,
there?
you only get the calories you paid for.
That's like
how it works.
that reminds me. That reminds me of that old George Carlin saying, "Hey, the cops didn't see it. I didn't do it. Like, no one saw me pay for that burger. I didn't eat the burger."
And then she started going crazy, like, and she's like, I'm gonna call corporate, and the owner, she started
Corporate's not
naming-
gonna fucking talk
And
to
then she's
you.
like, give me the phone number, and I'm like, okay, so I pull it, and I give it to her.
Give her your own phone.
I gave her the phone number for our store. So, wait, she's still like, okay, I'm gonna call right now. I'm like, okay, here's whatever you want. So she calls the store. And then this manager picks up. She didn't know English. So she calls me to the back. I go to the back. She's like, say no. So I answer. And I pretend to be corporate.
You're like, hello, ma'am.
Well, I'm just like staring at her like from across the hallway.
Is she looking at you?
No, she's looking
Oh,
off
okay.
into like the
'Cause
store
I was like,
directly,
it's
but
even
I'm looking
funnier.
at her.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's even funnier if she was and still didn't pick up on it. Like, she's just like, wow, she looks like
And I
she's
just,
mouthing
like,
along.
I put her off. She was just like, this is bad. I'm never gonna eat here. I'm like, it's fine, whatever. We'll wait.
Billions of burgers. Yeah, the sign says billions of burgers sold. They weren't all to you. Just get out of here.
So that was just Are you with me?
Oh my god, right now because of, I had a friend who he was a server and he loved telling customers that. Not just for no reason. Like, he loved when like a rude customer was like, I want a discount on my meal. And he's like, no. He loved it. So right now I'm getting a little bit of that because when I'm working at Dominios and we have dine-in and people walk in and they're like, Dominio, yeah, Domino's, but Dominios. But it's like our dine-in area is closed off. We can't have people in there right now. So people walk in, and it's always like elderly Mexican couples that are like, "We want to dine in," and you're like, "We can't do dine-in right now." And they're like, "Why?" And you're like, "Have you watched the news at all? Like, do you know what's going on out there?" And they're just like, "Well, if it's only us, it's fine." And we're like, "Yeah, if it's only you," then another person comes in and is like, "What the fuck? Like, we can't just keep doing that." But it is really fun to turn people away because sometimes they understand. Sometimes they're like, yeah, okay, I get it, and they leave. And other times, like, can I talk to your manager? And you're like, I am the manager. And they just stare at you like you have nuts. They're like, fuck, that was my go-to. Can I talk to the bigger manager? No, they're not here right now because they're not dealing with idiots like you.
Have you seen that meme from right now? The very current meme? You're working from home, and the person is like, I need to talk to your manager. And then you're like, oh, one moment. You know, mom!
Your mom's your manager. Mom, this guy wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Jeremy, what do you think about this quarantine? Do you think it's gonna get that bad? I think as long as people follow the rules, or not even rules, but
Well,
like
that's the problem. I mean, you know, you say as long as people follow the rules, you'll be alright.
if people follow the
Hanging
rules.
out at your house,
Oh shit! Yeah, Chris shaking his head.
Now we have to go.
Yeah, but we're all gonna go and take a shower and wash our hands. We're not like we all have toilet paper. We'll be fine.
Don't worry, guys. We're all 6 feet away from each other.
I just have one singular, amazing, really good microphone.
They're over there.
That's all you're right away. She's
That's
like, wait,
not, I can be hanging out with you guys.
That's the thing, right? Is that
we're all drinking too. Like that's gonna compromise our immune system.
when it comes to here, especially, we're kind of in a unique situation because I mean, you see like the big problems going on right now are in Seattle, in some parts of Northern California, and West New York, right?
New York, yeah, maybe another city or two, but those are the
Like
big
we have no public transportation here at all. We do, but it's not.
I've never seen a bus full, so yeah, they're not
It's
used to
not
that.
like
Have
they
you ever
use-
ridden the bus?
Yeah, I've used the bus before, but I mean.
Yeah, I mean, UTEP.
But I mean, that's the thing is that like our public transportation isn't huge, and the thing is also that like the culture here specifically isn't walking.
Yeah.
Everything that you have to go to is also just a little bit too far and too inconvenient to just walk.
Yeah.
You know, even if you're in downtown, like if you're not within that 1 square mile of downtown where everything is right there together,
You need a car.
you need a car.
Yeah.
And so the thing is that that's already like one piece of self-isolation that we all do on our own, which is fine. And the other thing is that we're not that big a city, and the city that we are connected to doesn't really have any active cases right now. So as long as we sit,
Which
we should be
city
okay.
is that? Is that Moscow?
No, in Twice.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Because Mexico right now they haven't like.
Oh, Juarez has like
Four.
4. Yeah, they've got very little.
They have very little for now.
Yeah.
And we have very little for now. But we also have to keep in mind that we haven't done any testing here, so I don't know. But at the same time, when you think about it, like our biggest vector for transmission is workplace.
Yeah.
And the thing
Well,
is,
they are counting that as a separate area to El Paso. Like they're
kind of.
close enough.
There is no cases in Fort Bliss yet because they started.
There's
doing-
4.
Oh, yeah.
There's 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they started doing their own quarantine earlier than we did.
Yeah.
So as long as they don't get out within the general populace, kind of sort of,
Yeah.
because we're just not like without all the baseball stadium being closed, all the movies being closed down now. Oh yeah, well, I mean, you know, when tickets are $25 a piece, like, when you gotta go, you gotta go. You know.
Like that one meme that's like, oh, everyone was always saying, oh, millennials aren't supporting businesses anymore, and it's like we can finally afford to, but we might die. So like, who knows?
Yeah, so that's the deal. Is that like our culture just isn't like we're not as tight knit as most large cities are
Yeah.
in terms of distance.
Yeah. Plus,
And I feel like that's a huge plus for us.
yeah, I think that's 100%. And I know you made the joke that we're all in the same room, but like, we're not like making out and sharing cups and like.
I mean,
I don't know.
I've been making out with Chris before we started this podcast.
I still don't know why they think you're a gay couple. It's just like.
Figured half of that.
Nah, don't worry about it. It's fine, man.
You want to
Yeah,
go back to your room later after?
He's like, yeah, alone.
Now what you do?
He's getting. He's like, he's
Bye.
running away.
Leave me alone.
Hey, that's a mighty fine Animal Crossing switch you got there, Chris. It's getting me hot and bothered.
Ew.
But yeah, I mean, not every area is going to be that negatively affected.
Yeah.
I think that we might be okay. Might be.
I don't think. Yeah, I think
feel like we have the best chance in terms of a larger metropolitan city of being okay.
Ah, well, yeah.
I don't think that ours is going to turn into a case of like what's going on in Atlanta right now. They just did you
Yeah.
hear about that? Where they said that all of their hospitals are already active.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew that they were like. There's a lot of police blockades right now, but I didn't know they're not as bad. Thanks for coming to this comedy podcast, guys. Thanks so much.
Well, yeah.
Hey, look, I mean, at the very least, one day we won't have to worry about this, right?
I just gave Vicky my empty, and she was like, "Yeah, maybe I'll throw it away."
I'm not gonna throw it away.
No, she's just scrolling through Instagram with it in her lap. She doesn't care. But anyway, that's really dark. So yeah. Oh god, where do we start? He's very.
My dad is a character.
Should I want to start with this story. I know I've told most of you guys, but the phone call he gave me about the Nikes
Yes.
is fucking primo David. It's the funniest thing I've ever heard him do. I was that with you guys? Yeah, I was at Vicky and Natalia's house, and I'm just hanging out, and I get a call from David, and I assume he's at work and that he needs or like he might need a number or whatever. So I step outside, and he's like, "Hey Nick, ¿qué pasó?" And I'm like, "I'm good, man. What's up?" And he's like, I'm good, man. Hey, what shoe you wear? What size shoe do you wear? And I'm like, yeah, I wear like an 8.5. And he's like, oh, but they feel better on you if they're 9.5, huh? And I'm like, yeah, I guess. little bit more room, yeah, sure. And he's like, all right, hey, I just bought some Nikes that are 9.5. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, yeah, but they don't fit me, bro. Hey, you wear 9.5. I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah, I kind of wear a 9.5. And he's like, yeah. Well, tell you what, man. I work Thursday. What day do you work next? And I'm like, yeah, I work Thursday too. And he's like, hey, I work Thursday. I'm like, all right, David. And he's like, tell you what, I'm going to bring you those Nikes, Nick. But, and this is important, you got to wear them, all right? You can't just take them and leave them in your closet. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, man. And he's like, all right, I'll see you Thursday.
Just hangs up.
9.5, bro.
Actually, no, because my dad does the thing where he always expects the other person to hang up for him. So he says, okay, bye. And then he just like puts his phone down. So if you don't hang up, you'll just hear him like rustling. You know what I
Yes, he can.
Just doing
mean?
stuff.
It's not that. It's just that he just because I brought this up with him before, and he's just like, he's like, he'll take care of it. I don't care. Like, I don't have time for this.
I don't have time to tack the hang up button.
Sometimes I'll just like sit there with the phone, and it's like I have my phone in the pocket, and I'm like I have my earbuds on, so I'm just like, okay, and I don't have the button to like turn off.
Yeah, you'd have to put your phone back out.
Yeah. Pull my phone out, and so I'll just be sitting there and like, all right, I'll see you later, and then he's just like, all right, bye.
You hear him petting your dog.
Yeah. It's just like off doing things. You know, he's in the car, and you hear like the road noise going through.
It's the
and
windows
I'm
down.
just like, so I had to reach into my pocket.
Pull it out of here, because he's
And it's the most frustrating thing. It's funny, but at the same time, I'm like, just hang up the
sometimes
phone.
sick of video.
Like, he does it to everybody. I don't know if you've ever, because I know you probably just like, okay, bye, and hang up the phone.
Yeah.
That's what he expects. The next time that you call him, don't hang up.
Just
sit
listen
there
to the
and
rest of his
watch.
day.
Can't believe it.
Because he just never does it. I don't know why. He never does it.
It's better than my grandma. My grandma, you're talking to her, she just ends up in the middle of the conversation.
He never says bye.
Yeah, you were telling me like your aunt will call and then she just
Her entire family, they all do that. They're like, oh, no, it's a good
because it's over.
She's like, I'm done with this conversation.
Yes.
You said they
I
do
have,
it.
Like,
I have
shut
said all I need to say. Whatever you have to say is
Thank
not
you,
relevant.
bye-bye.
And there's like you said they do it at the beginning of conversations too, where like one of them called you and you're like, hello, and she's like, where's Norma? Where is Norma? And you're like, I think at home, and then they hang up and
You
you're
just scream the name of the person you want to talk to.
yeah, and then
Well,
you
it's in another city. It's not even next to you.
it's like you got the area code wrong, you got everything right.
You're like, perfect.
You're like, I don't know where fucking the uncle is. He lives in Atlanta. He's quarantined. Like, dude, your dad cracked me up. There's one time where, shit, I totally forgot. It was another phone thing. But like, yeah, he never hangs up the phone. And another one is that like, okay, most of the drivers at our store will try to like correct things ahead of time, where they'll see the ticket and be like, oh, this person ordered 2 orders and they're both the same except one of them has a cookie on it. So like maybe we should call them and see if they only wanted the second one. And your dad will just take both and be like, yeah, fuck it. And then you're like, okay, but now we have to void a second like credit card charge, and they might not be happy about that. And he's like, oh well, and he just walks away. He's like, that's their problem. Maybe they shouldn't be making 2 orders. Like,
I like working with them. These are really funny.
he cracks me up. Oh, dude, Leonard, one of our other drivers was telling us the other day that, like, when he comes into work high, he's like, no one knows except your dad. Like, he'll walk in, he'll be kind of like red-eyed, and David will just look at him and wink and be like, don't worry, bro, I won't tell anyone. And he's like, how? How did you know? Like, what the fuck? And now that he tells me he comes to work high, I have more respect for him. At Domino's, specifically. No,
This is door number 556.
no one's gonna listen. I get the feeling even if our managers listen to this, they'd be like, listen, I come into work drunk sometimes. So,
No.
babe. Yes, absolutely. Babe.
They're sitting there drinking.
Only
It's like,
drinking
hey,
with
you don't have to
underage,
drive anymore, so.
underage people, drinking with a 19-year-old server, pouring vodka into Sprite in front of customers thinking no one can see. Are you fucking- I am not kidding.
That is not a joke.
Domino's is a cesspit. Alright guys, thank you so much for coming in. That was episode 2 of the Nictorious podcast. My name is Nick Thomas. I was your host, Jeremy. Say hello and goodbye.
I like how you're leaving it on that.
Bye.
It's just like dropping
Yeah.
a bomb, just being all like, okay, by the way, it's gay. And then just leaving the room.
No, okay.
By the way,
Okay.
Grandma has coronavirus. She's dying next week. Anyway guys, thanks for coming out.
Everyone is gay. Everyone is a little gay, and that's okay.
Everyone's a little gay. That's okay. Also, my work is a cesspool.